Hello and welcome to WMKC TV with me, Chris McCarthy. The last race of the day and, well, the last race of the whole championship. I hate to say it, but it's come to that time. The Rotax Max Final, what a way this is going to be to round off the year. And I can tell you, again, another championship that's come down to the wire. We have three drivers all in contention, and I can tell they're only separated by 5 points coming into this one. They are Dean Hale, Andrew Rees-Reynolds and Toby Payne. So, 31 drivers in total have been entered for this one. So, really, anything can happen. And, a whole host of good drivers have turned up for this one. So, really, it's going to be a great way to end the year. Let me just run through the top 10 for you now. Jack Bartholomew is on pole. And a little bit of a story behind how he got here today. And I'll hopefully get onto that later. Dean Hale, his teammate, starts alongside him, and of course, championship contender. In third place, we have Adam Smith, who has been a regular front runner this year. Not quite in within the championship, but nevertheless, still a good run for him. Kieran Gifford, we have in fourth. Row 3, Brett Wykes, and that's a man I haven't seen for a long, long time. A cadet champion back in his day. Good to see him here. Rob Guilford is starting in 6th place. Jack Constable, who starts 7th, who we've seen go well in the last couple of rounds. In 8th place, we have Jake Sturt. In 9th place, Sam Smelt, who has come back for another showing. And in 10th place is our other championship contender, Andrew Rees-Reynolds. And Toby Payne, who is the other championship contender in 14th. So, really, Dean Hale is in the best position to take this one. And, well, the man to look out for, I must mention, we have the British Open champion here, John Stewart, and he's had a torrid time in the heats and starts all the way back in 22nd. So, but do watch out for him to be surely charging through the field. Here we go for the last final of the championship. Bartholomew there to our right and Dean Hale to our left. And it looked like Bartholomew might have just struggled from the line here because Dean Hale has gone round the outside. Yes, he has. So there. For the second month in a row, I believe he's done that. So Hale leads, Bartholomew second, there's Smith third, Gifford fourth. I think that's Guilford if someone's trying to come up the outside there. And that was Smelt who's gone off. And Andrew Rees-Reynolds, I think, gone off. And I think that's the end of his race. And he's, of course, one of our championship contenders. So, oh dear, the championship all just come to an end there at turn 3. I don't think he's going to get going again. So now it's only between Hale, who leads the race, and Toby Payne, I don't even think's in the top 10. There's Adam Smith now, who's gone through to 2nd place. Bartholomew is in 3rd, Gifford 4th. I think that's Rob Guilford in 5th. And yes, it is. Brett Wykes is in 6th, and Jack Constable 7th. So the top 7th have broken away here. There's Bartholomew there in 3rd. Yeah, just managed to get his licence here in time. Did race out in seniors in Europe. Has been racing juniors this year, but raced in the International Open in Zurera in the seniors and finished 5th, so did really well. And because of that, he managed to get his licence to a senior licence to race this meeting here, and was really looking forward at the opportunity of doing so. Spoke to him earlier on, and he was really looking forward to this. Let's see if he can turn that into a win. So here we go, coming into the boot. Adam Smith though, doing everything right so far, and Hale still leads and will be taking the championship if it stays that way. And oh look, we have the Pixelero man in front of us taking some photos. Yeah, let's just hope he's out the way next time round. Here comes Rob Guilford over for 4th place, up the inside of Kieran Gifford. We've seen Rob come 2nd last month, so can he go one better this time? And here comes Jack Bartholomew now up the inside of Adam Smith, back into 2nd, so trying to recover from that bad start that he had. Dean Hale went round the outside of him, of course, to take the lead. Here he comes through Chapman's. Now, will he be leading? He's leading now the attack to try and catch Dean Hale, who looks very, very comfortable out in the lead, I must say, driving very consistently. There, and we then have Guilford and Gifford, and there's Brett Wykes, and then Constable just off the back of the strip. There's John Stewart. Now, he started 22nd on the grid. He's in 8th place. Behind him is Leon Hilliard, who we've seen win a round earlier this in this championship. He started in 17th place. So he's making some progress through the field. And I think in behind them is Dan Fazzone, who, again, is a good driver. Used to do, well, I remember seeing him do really well in the Mini-Max classes. And there's some contact there between Smith and Bartholomew. Smith looked up the inside. And, well, really, he looked up the inside when there was not a gap there. And it just took the pair of them off. And that was a very clumsy driving there by Smith. Looked for the inside, and by the time he realised that there was no room, was too late to back out and just drove the pair off the road. So Rob Guilford has benefited out of all of that, and likewise Gifford and Brett White, who have all made up positions, as is Jack Constable. And where's that left Bartholomew? I believe Smith is in 8th place, and I think Bartholomew's all the way down in 10th place. So, well, that's given Dean Hell some breathing space, but now he will have Rob Guilford. It will be a repeat of last month there, won't it? There's John Stewart going for our photo, the British Open champion. He won that at Rower. It was terribly, terribly wet there. I remember that meeting. But yeah, John Stewart took that victory. Very, very good driver he is. Got to be one of the best in the country, and of course British Open champion. There goes the number 97, and the number 42 I see in there. That is Josh Hatton, last year's champion, who is not really having the best of times though. Started in 21st, is running in about 14th place at the moment. There's Dean Hill starting to get caught, I think it's fair to say now, by Rob Guilford. He probably won't know about Andrew Rees-Reynolds going off at the first corner, but he will know if Andrew Rees-Reynolds doesn't come past him, or Toby Payne, then he will take this championship. And, well, I must say, I'm not just saying this as a biased opinion as my old teammate, but Dean, a very likeable character around the paddock and a very good driver, and it's good to see him having his chance up the front of the field. There's Brett White's there in 4th. I mentioned Brett White's. I remember when I started karting back in 2008, Brett was the British cadet champion. And I'm not too sure what he did after that, but I know he was a really quick driver back then. I did race him in Mini-Max, and yeah, I'm not really. He sort of went off the radar for a few years, but he's back now racing in seniors, and it's good to see him back on the pace straight away. Really, this is the first time I've seen him out, so yeah, doing really well. I believe he's running with the MLC team there with that purple stripe that runs down the middle of the ISO panel there. There's Jack Constable, and there's Jack Bartholomew. So but let's turn back to the leaders, because Guilford has gone and taken the lead now as we enter the second half of the race, taking the lead from Dean Hale. There's Gifford still with them in 3rd, but can't seem to do anything about Dean Hale. Brett White's just off the back of these guys in 4th. Yeah, there's Guilford, who we still come so close to taking victory last time out. Of course, Dean was the man who did take that. And will he get his chance to take victory this time? I can see that's John Stewart now that has come into 5th place. So from 27th on the 22nd on the trip, John Stewart's in 5th. Will we see him take victory? I don't want to speak too soon, but well, when it's the British Open champion, you just never know, do you? I'm not that looks like Jack Bartholomew it is who's behind him in 6th. So I think Jack rather has caught up, is following John Stewart around. Well, we obviously saw him run off earlier. I think Adam Smith is just behind those. So the top 3 is still all together here, but not much overtaking seems to be going on. And here comes Jack Bartholomew on the British Open champion. Oh, and there was some contact there. Well, that was sort of 6 of one and half a dozen of the other, wasn't it? Jack looked up the inside, looked like he was fully alongside him. I just don't think John noticed that he was there. When Stewart turned in, Jack was there, and there was some contact between the pair, and that has delayed John Stewart. As you can see, there's about a 5 cut length between them now. And yeah, that was a great move. Jack putting some manners on the British Open champion there in his first senior race in this country. That was fantastic to see, wasn't it? So might be British Open champion, but this is the stars at Whilton Mill Championship, and everyone, as you can see, we have a whole host of good drivers. So here comes Guilford now with Dean still behind. I wonder, will we see Dean just happy to sit behind Rob? he might know that with Andrew Rees-Reynolds not behind him, not anywhere near him really. Well, of course Andrew's out, but Dean won't know that, and all he'll know is that he hasn't gotten behind him, so he'll know this is good enough for him to take the championship. There's Gifford there, still can't seem to get past Dean Hale in third. I wonder if he's just perhaps waiting for the end of the race and then to try and make the move then, or is he just waiting for Dean to have a go at Rob Guilford? There's Adam Smith with Leon Hilliard and Jack Constable right behind him, so he's back in about 7th place. And here comes the 3 leaders now onto the last lap. So Dean's only a lap, Guilford only a lap to go for victory, Hale only a lap to go for the championship. I believe Dean will be happy just to sit here. You can see Guilford doesn't really defend Gifford though. Will we see him wanting to make up another place and another step on the podium? White's there, looks set to take 4th, and 5th place is still close between Bartholomew and Stewart. Here we come to Chapman's. I don't think we'll see Hale making a bid for victory here. 6 behind Guilford. Guilford looks over his shoulder, and you can see he doesn't even defend. I think he knows Hale will just be happy to sit behind there. So Hale, only one more corner to go for championship. Guilford, though, takes the victory, and Hale takes the championship. Gifford takes the last step on the podium. White it is who finishes 4th. Bartholomew, a great recovery drive there to take 5th. John Stewart was 6th. Adam Smith was 7th. Leon Hilliard was 8th. Jack Constable was 9th. And Daniel Fazzone was 10th. Yeah, unfortunately, Rees-Reynolds did not finish, and the other championship contender, Toby Payne, struggled and finished down in 16th. But however, he takes 2nd in the championship. And well, what a great race that was. Very well thought out between the top 3 there. Kept it nice and clean, and well done to Dean Hale for taking the championship. Really great to see. I'm sure that'll be a popular victory around the paddock. He's a very, very well-liked character, very bubbly character around the paddock, is Dean. And I'm sure that'll be, I'm sure a lot of people will be happy to see him take that one. And well, it's come to the end, hasn't it? That is the end of the Stars at Whilton Championship for this 2013 season. And I hope you've enjoyed all of our coverage here on WMKC TV. Do, feel free to comment on and send us any emails, or even if you'd, just watch all the races back. And I hope you've enjoyed my commentary as well, which has only really come in for the second half of the season. But yeah, we will be back next year covering all the finals of all the meetings. So yeah, do not miss any of it. Do come and join us. If you're watching this and you don't race at Stars and Whilton Mill, do get yourself down there. What a day it's been. Well done to our 7 champions. They will all be at the awards ceremony on the 14th. And I'm sure having a few drinks or 2. Well, the ones of age anyway. Thank you for listening, and have a great holidays, Christmas and New Year. And we will see you next year. Goodbye.